Hey everybody, Asher here, and welcome back to even more Starsector, where things are lively in a way. We do have some officers that I forgot to assign to ships. Whoops, we're going to do that right now here, so don't mind me. We are just going to have a grand old time here. But yeah, how this is going to end up going is that we are going to put nil gasoline over here because that's the ship she did really well. But yeah, look at me looking all professional here with our plenty of good old-fashioned officers. Like I said before, we do have some rebuilds for some of these ships. I'm not planning on throwing the Mule out here in combat, but it's got some combat enders, at least with Reapers, because it's fun to have Reapers. It's fun to have safety overrides on the on that ship, but it's fine. And obviously, we did get to see the Clade pirate style last time, which does have a really cool feature that I didn't quite show in the testing here, which is its system, the retro drive, and I did not realize how far back the retro drive shoots you back. We may have a chance to show that. The new build that I do really want to show off, though, is the Flagellator. And the reason for that is because you may remember in the last series, we had some ships that really wanted to, like, punch people in the face, and they never did. This ship has a crusher drive, which diverts all power for it to actually run forward. And you're going to notice something really, really kind of surprising here. It surprised me too. And of course, I didn't read the subsystems before actually like picking out the ship, so that's on me. But we do have an aggressive officer in here. This is just autopilot. We're going to double speed here, just so y'all don't have to hear me talk. But the hammerhead test is as follows. Look at this! A melee ship that actually goes into melee range and like tries to do things here. Now granted, there's a lot of other guns on here. I actually don't have too many anti-armor ballistic weapons, but unlike the entire assortment of Kingdom of Terra ships, we actually have a ramming ship that rams. Who knew, right? Who knew? Let's see, can we get a... What's my hotkey for this? Oh well. In simulation. It's fine. But we'll do one more simulation here just to show both of these together. But like I said, I did put integral density on here, which is the Kingdom of Terra hull mod, specifically for melee ships. But yeah, we have something that rams. So just for funsies here, let's grab our two destroyers here, since it's just a simulation, and let's don't forget to actually deploy them. If we can remember how to do this. Deploy. And then G is our key. Our opponents today, you know what, let's fight some destroyers from the Star Federation. Because they are supposedly overpowered, and so am I. So, here we go. Autopilot activate. Two of these are officered, none of these are officered. I have no idea what's going to happen. I haven't run a test like this before, but we're just going to let the AI do what it does here. I'm apparently better at aiming missiles than other things, but the Star Federation does have their own very exciting shield systems, which are a pain in the butt to deal with. But we have two ships over here that are doing their thing. We have Hannah over here trying to go for the wrong side of a 2v1. Can't zoom out anymore, but let's see if we can get some ramming speed in here in just a second, maybe. Hannah has disappeared all the way back because she used the retro drive, and there's the... It's a little bit of damage over time, but the goal here is to make it, like, really just unhappy. Now, flux is obviously an issue. Let's do the speed up here as well. But yeah, that concept works pretty well. Let's video feed down here for Hannah, who's definitely supposed to be autopiloting, and there's your back that ass up drive. This ship is very, very, very evasive. I love the little thruster graphics on the bottom. The details are just so good. Oh, and I thought for a second I wasn't recording. I was just talking to nothingness. But see, now we have the surround. And we have the ram. I don't know if we're going to be, like, ultra effective here, but we're going to have a good time. And we'll look at the combat sim after this, because I have a feeling the mule is not contributing too much, but that is some very impressive firing here. Yeah, I think Hannah's gonna take one of these buddies down. Good leading, that's better than me. Although those are anti-shield missiles, so they're not going to do a ton of hull damage. But there we go, should get another dodge ram here in a second. Mule now trying to ram, which is not great. Okay. Oh look, the mule got a kill. But hey, there's some promise here, and if we can get some more logistic ships, this is kind of the idea. I don't want to be fielding the same ship over and over, just spamming the same thing. And yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. We're chasing after literally one frigate, which, you know, there are some possibilities. Okay, it's running away now. Of like using the reverse drive to actually jump forward really far into space here, but I think we're done. So, fun times. Let's look at the combat captain's log, as we have a cat that's running in here all of a sudden. There's always one. Huh, where is my simulation results? There we go. So, Hannah first, 4th Corrin second, but they both... I'm pretty happy with that. Anyway, what were we doing again? We're not just building ships. We're trying to build friendships. Oh, I thought of that all on my own here. Prism Freeport is the place. Do we have any accepted missions that seem really good here? We do have a promise. And I kinda sorta go to the Kesslier Nebula and see if you can find out more about this incident. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do all of this right now, but I do at least want to lay some groundwork in here, because I do know the fight for a promise is substantially more than my current fleet can currently do, unless there's some non-combat. But if we're going to be trying to go in and be my buddy, my friends, with the Remnants, then by golly, we're going to do it. We have a lot of monthly expenses. Hasn't been that long since I've did the last one, but let's at least see here. So it's just stockpiles drawn from fleet. Nothing too bad. And why do I have a giga scrap shot in storage? Huh, that seems incorrect. And yet there it is. Okay. So there's Maggie's and our other here. And I may have to take a second here, because this is really loud in my ear. Yeah, let's do this now. I apologize. I try not to do this, but for some reason the volume's not going to be different on your end, but on my end it's just like super, super loud. Okay. So what do we have here? We have the Ashen Keepers, who are very suspicious. We have all this. Let's see here. So search the nebula. How does Tritech feel about us again? I know the Reuter Union is indifferent, as is tradition. So they're both suspicious of us, so we're fine. We're not gonna start anything. We'll keep our transponder on. It's cool. And we do have an immediate ping from down there, and it's kind of green and light. So I wonder if that's what we're looking for. Looks like that may just be the space station here. This is a really large nebula. And got a second ping right there. So there's something up there. There's something down here. Let's see if we have a ship that's in distress. We do. Disabled frigate. Alright, and on this disabled frigate, a scarred energy burns and hull ruptures. Its weaponry melts and deformed, engines only lit by starlight as your fleet closes in and attempts to hail you. So, Venator Echo Memoir. As you accept the comlink, a series of red diamonds attempt to form in its feed. Struggling to align, a static field, vaguely feminine voice blares as if listing demands. Venator Echo Memoir host ship status critical rendezvous attempt. Venator Echo Memoir Outrider affix Courser, I should know that. Success probability 0.862%. The dying AI then transmits garbled nav data pointing towards Beta Bona, a system on the sector's fringe. She begins again. Reclamation probability 0. So, I heard an explosion somewhere. A distant electric breath comes through the comms feed and the AI picks up again, almost serenely. In victory, sacrifice, and sacrifice meaning, and meaning victory. The frigate is ripped apart in a bright flash of light as internal scuttling charges turn into little more than scrap and dust. So we need to go to Beta Bona, as it were, and hopefully nobody else is going to try to interfere. Now, interestingly, this is kind of... We've been over here, I think. Yeah, we've explored some of these systems. So this just happens to be one that we've been to. Now, like I said, I'm pretty sure we are not strong enough to do this event yet, but we are going to give it a shake. Although we may as well stop by some of these other people to see what they have to say as well. Because right now, what do we do in a world filled with bounties, some of which we can do, some of them getting substantially stronger. We can't take on the Kingdom of Terra bases. We probably can't take on 3 cruisers and a drill ship that the AI knows how to use. So yeah, the bounty hunting board, we're not there yet. But we can go a little bit more on the offensive, so that's at least a plan. Don't know if it's the plan, but it's a plan. Alright, so 3 sisters. Tell me more. So you want 20 Marines for this target vessel. And a tightly guarded orbiting hangar. That's not a bad ship. You know, that's fine. Let's go for it. Simple enough to sneak 2 teams in the orbit hangar on the shuttles. Your team handpicked Marines catches the guards completely by surprise. And apparently we got the Tory here, so we're going to have to Captain's Log it. Captain's Log... Tory ship. Alright. So the pirates don't like it, but it's okay. That was fun! So, let's see. Let's see what our prize is. We're under crew strength now. And if we look here at our refit, medium energy, small energy, I still don't have a ship with big, old, honkin', I said honkin' like it's serious here, with a large missile system to put on a certain weapon system that people have been requesting. But this is another fast ship. This is a lot of energy weapons. This could work pretty well, to be honest, with some small missiles too. I like this kind of stuff. I am going to, at this point though, mothball it, because we're going to be putting it in storage. But that's cool. Alright. Man smoking in a dark corner. Wow. You need 1,500 Marines and you're asking me, Mr. Punch. You know, I had a teacher in elementary school named Punch. Independent Reuter base discovered. So you buy someone a drink and they talk too much. Nice. Com directory. Not too much here. So may as well trade. We have 38 Marines. That's not the worst. You probably do need a few more crew, to be honest. So let's buy just a little bit, just to be safe. We're going to try to keep this above the board for the time being. We're going to be doing some exploration, so let's get a little more out here. Let's get a lot more out here. Like I said, we have a bunch of shit we can sell too, so that's nice. May as well visit the Reuter Union place here too. And you all shouldn't be interested in me. After all, everybody buys from the black market. It just has the better prices. Why would independents ever be charging tariffs? It makes a lot of sense, actually, but why would they ever be charging tariffs if they're independent? So there's a big old fleet that will absolutely murder me. So let's see what kind of trouble we can get into here. Okay, join your officers for a drink. And we can let somebody chronicle the 7,000 light years. Yeah, sure. That's fine. And you have an off-brand data pad, so we're supposed to laugh at you. It's like Iron Sky 2, where it's not Apple, it's something else. That's actually not terrible, but we're kind of going in a different direction. And then hard drinking spacer. We can't buy the freighter. We can't use the freighter either, and the reason we can't buy it is that even though we acquired a ship from an event, just remember the rules here. And this is part of what Nuzlocke style means, is that we have ships that we can get ships that we've attained through events, but we've already got a ship from this system, and it's a cute little destroyer. So I think the first move is going to be to go back home, and then the second move is to make sure we can properly resupply. And I want, like I said, I want to see where this A Promise takes us. Plus we've got does Nasio, Nasio, talking all southern now. I don't think Nasio has a gate, but I do know for a fact that the Aurora Federation does have a gate. So we can go to, like, down here to Lachesis. That's not how Southern would say it. Sayer it. Oh my god. That's the problem, is that I'm gonna start joking around with it, and then I'm gonna screw up and be stuck talking Southern for too long. I never had an accent that was that bad, but I definitely had an accent that was beaten out of me. Hey, look! Who is wanting me for the small price of 2 million credits to conquer the cluster? The hybrid desires that somebody takes out the cluster of the Zon Empire. Would I take Hiver money? That's a solid question. That would be if Hannah Kesslier decides let everything burn, which sort of throwing our lot in with the Remnants a little bit makes us kind of halfway there. So if we're living on a prayer, that is indeed a possibility. But yeah, if we do look in storage real quick, I just want to make sure that I can see this right now. We don't need to pay that much for fuel, but if we look at storage here, we do have weapons and stuff we can sell. It's fine. I hate that I didn't, like, write down what the missile looks like, and I don't know if I can filter here. But yeah, we have some big time weapons. And some small time weapons too, but just not quite there yet for being able to launch our tactical nukes in space. So that'll come with time. All right. Let's pay our friends a visit here. Obviously, we got to hit the closest gate to us, and that means, here we go with the Southern Twang again, that means we may be punching a pirate or two along the way. Now, we still do have that orbital laboratory. That would be to throw some ships in if I end up being in a position where I can trade up later. I'm kind of hanging on to that for the time being. Where am I? Oh, we're up here. And I don't know, is that a dead ship? It's probably not a warning beacon. I would have seen it by now. Yeah, we don't. We're going to check the kite because we're already here, but we're clearly... Oh, see, this is why we check the kite. Where's that research station? going to be somewhere really far away, isn't it? There's a whole exploration tab for this, and I'm failing at my alphabet. Okay. Oh, that's actually not too far away. Interesting. Well, that's another thing to do. We like research stations. If it doesn't have stuff we necessarily want, we can always start doing the trading into Prison Freeport. But first things first. Oh boy, Star Federation going after Legio. That's exciting. And look at this! Transponder on, Remnant Fragment once again. These are raiding, but they're neutral now because of our friendliness with Midnight Dissonance, so that's a plus. Our gate's kind of floating away a little bit, but that's one less thing that wants to kill us. I can accept that. We could probably take them out, but we got other fish to fry. Alright, so moving right along in search of good times and good news. Good friends you can't lose. See, that's the thing. I just imagine, like, Midnight Dissonance sitting there being stuck on a space station in Prison Freeport. Just finding a bunch of, like, old-timey human history stuff. I mean, there's tropes in all of these, like, future movies of, like, people being stuck in the past as kind of a conceit for we don't want to come up with all of this modern culture thousands of years in the future, so we're just going to pretend that people are really just excited about ancient times. Or as I like to say about 90s music from the 1000s, from the second millennium, and so on and so forth. Alright. So we got Agni's up here, it looks like. Be hilarious if we had Agni Tourist. Just gonna do one more refuel here. Forgot about anime theme music. By the way, what ships can we buy here? Oh! I have the money for that. Oh god. Even that would be, like, really good. Well, one day. One day we'll have some of these. Alright, what's at the bar real quick? 100 units of cloned organs. Well, good luck. Alright. So there's more tourists. There's Legio tourists. Who's attacking the Legio tourist? What kind of jerk does it have to be like, hey, it's civilians flying? Looking for ORA crew. Okay, so it's... You're going on a tour. To go on a tour. To, like, fight each other. That's hilarious. Nista class frigate. I can't take it anyway, so... Because once again, how many story points do we have? We have one. Literally one. That is the incorrect number of story points to have in this kind of playthrough, but here we are. Okay. And suddenly, we're not looking for that, we're looking for Beta Bona. And while, let's not forget here, even though remnants hiding in hyperspace are not going to be jumping out to murder us anymore, there still are plenty of other factions out here that will murder us. So it's not like things are totally safe yet, it's just one little thing after another, one less threat. Perhaps. There's a relief fleet from the Hivers. Once again, the Hivers, are they the kinds that are just going to do that? Let's see what this is. Can't talk. Nebula Civilian Transport. Obviously, we have no ships from this square. Alright. Alright, I'm definitely not using a story point to recover a nebula. So, let's salvage. We have 45 lobsters. And as everybody knows, lobsters just immediately turn into supplies. Alright. It'll probably help if I turn my faster burny pants back on. Alright, so Beta Bona, which is not a very populated area here. Let's see what we have floating around here. That looks like a bigger ship. An Eradicator, a fast cruiser. We do have... Ooh. We can't run with this right now. But this is a pretty good boat. Problem is having to drag it. Let's check the log real quick. So right now, remember for our grid system, that would be right here. We're going to take it. We're going to see what our fuel supply does. Ship recovery. That obviously hits our crew. So if we mothball this right now, this does mean we can get back. We can actually hold on to this here. So, yeah. So that's not too bad. We don't always know if we're going to be using a ship like this. I was thinking, if nothing else, if we have to mothball it, at least it has like all of its weapon systems here. I definitely wouldn't mind getting that many hammerhead torpedoes, because that's another thing we're going to have to watch out for. And obviously I'm way slower now, so let's go in here and see if anybody's going to jump and try and kill us. We got one thing up here. And it's a anomalous station. Electronic signals can be detected emanating from a core segment in a rhythmic fashion, bringing to mind a distress call. So here's this. And if we explore it, we have automated defenses. We cannot take this yet. So we're close to being able to take it, to be honest. Brilliant is like a really tough ship, though, so we know it's here, and we know it's not going anywhere. So promise not kept today, but that's okay. Any other exploring we can do while we're here? Obviously, there's some places that we've been to, and there's some places that I didn't get to go to because I was low on fuel before. We have Zeta Bona, Mute, which is not very exciting. Kind of want to go back to see what this research station is all about, though. So do we have any nearby gates? We do. Ooh, we can actually do our homework here, because we have a bunch of gates that we weren't able to get to because the remnants were trying to murder us. How many gates do we have so far? 30. 30 gates. And we have a lot of space left to explore. Fascinating. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to look at Zeta real quick. And then we'll work our way back up. Because we don't have a ton of stuff right now. And this may not be the biggest one either. Okay, jump to Zeta. Alright, anything here? We have an acid and a desertic world. It doesn't look like we have too much here, so let's remember where our gate is. Alright. Everybody come on down to the inner system jump points. Should be fine. Like I said, we want to save the AI that's trapped there, but obviously they have electricity right now. And see, look, we're just with the destroyers that we have. Hey, look, 7,000 light years gets to log about the damage that it took. It's not great for it, but it's fine. But we can always just drop this cruiser back off. Did we ever explore this system? I don't think so. We got a minute. Let's see. Yeah, our fuel's fine because we can buy more fuel because we don't have to hide our dumb face now. Ooh, we've got somebody in here. So let's go in through one of the outer jump points. Okay, and immediately a watchtower. That's not promising. Guess my question is, I kind of want to see what's going on over here. Because clearly we had some kind of salvage fleet fly in somewhere. And obviously these systems are always pretty big because it's blue stars with tons of orbitals. And somebody came in over here. So let's see, do we have like... That's probably another watchtower. This looks like trapped debris. Let's salvage it anyway. Hey guys, what's up? Surely that other ship didn't just die. We have a hammerhead destroyer. Not accessing databanks. There we go. Obviously just a salvage job. We have another defense watchtower here. Not going to play too nicely. We're just going to go over and check and see what's over here. We're going to let that be. Is there anything down here? Not really. Check and make sure that other stuff didn't come in here at the last second. I don't think it did, but we'll find out a little bit later. Looks like we're in artillery range for some reason. Don't know who would ever fire at me. Oh, it's a mining station. So we have something else up here. And we have all the things. And since this is a mining station, we do have a ton of ore that we don't need. Although it is nice that we have the mule, so we can grab some of this stuff. The beta core is really big. Flux lock armor from Shadow Yards. I'll leave that up there for a second. We don't... Okay, we'll just take that. Don't really need that. Catalytic core. Hey, increases refining production by 3. Could have used that in other runs. Tectonic attenuator. Don't think I'm going to end up needing that. Alright. And obviously we got a double tap, so... And, ooh, autonomous mantle bore. One of these empty forge templates and a blast dampeners. Hey. That's actually going to be... That's actually something I need to put on for our Rammy ship. I'm not going to do it right now because we're not in orbit, but... We have integral density, but blast dampeners goes a little bit further. I don't even know if expanded magazines like does a lot for these weapons. It might not, but we have some things we can play with. I don't even know if I need integrated targeting unit if we are constantly at ramming speed. And my curiosity is going to get me killed here because I kind of want to see what's there and I kind of want to see what's up here. And one of these is what's been shooting everybody else. Is it you? It's just a watchtower. We've discovered a watchtower. Okay. Debris with a hound. I'm going to say no, no, no. We do have widespread ruins here, so let's go to Savar and perform a survey. Interesting that we have low gravity here. This is Not the worst planet. Not a great planet. And we can top the tanks. Ooh, we actually succeeded. Antimatter doesn't go bad with age. We also got neuroconditioning compounds, which is ethically kind of against what HANA stands for, but it's nice to know that it exists. Just brainwashing people with chemicals. Tried and true strategy in all sci-fi. Other than, like, brain stapling, and I think somebody's about to shoot a missile at us. Because that did... something just lit up. And something just fired that way. And I think it's probably time for me to go. Yeah. We're over fuel capacity again. We'll just drop a little bit of fuel off at the pool. Whoa! Somebody was stupid. It's a investigating fleet. So remember when discretion is important. We should not be going dark and flying in like the blast radius here. But yeah, that's I hope you're not investigating me. There we go. Oh, don't you love Starsector? Modded Starsector just adds so many things to kill you with. This is a supply cache. It's full of prizes and explosives. And more fuel that we don't need. Okay. And we got another watchtower down here, but not something that's going to shoot us. Don't know if I can dismantle the watchtower. Alright, next up. This red giant that maybe will also want to kill us. Alright. Can't remember if Dust Worlds ever have anything good, but this place may not. Oh, we got something here. Colonial expedition to Serac. I do need to start thinking about colonies a little sooner here. That looks like ruins. That looks like a jogger. Tell me more. I don't think I'm going to use the story point for it, but it's nice to know that it's there. Alright. Yager, not jogger, I guess. Okay, survey says scatter drones. Who knows, maybe the scatter drones will have something really nice. Elite frigate leader. Now, I did get a request on the Discord to take on ships like this. I like this ship. I do. Teleports the ship forward in a direction its traveling system. Can store up to 3 teleport charges at once. Omni shields. Lots of good stuff here. Doesn't take a story point. We're going to consider the ship recovery. It's been considered. Does this really take... Okay, it takes 7 deployment points, but that's another really good frigate. And what else do we get? Star Federation Blueprint Repository. Now, this is, other than the Resolute, this is all stuff I know. I wonder if I sell this to the pirates and start letting the pirates build these ships for me. The alternative is to send this over to Prism Freeport to get some points. But if it's stuff I actually want, let's take a closer look here, because we're going to mothball this for the time being. Yeah, so a little bit of a railgun, some composite hardpoints. It's another fast ship. Yeah. See, this is the kind of like fast fighters and stuff that have that people like to see, especially in Wolfpack Tactics kind of things. That's one thing. Ooh, there's my voice cracking the other way. I think I have to talk professionally, and I'm just losing my voice. Week before, it's all good. But yeah, one of the things that's a big deal here that I'm finding is that I want to try to have more agile ships, faster ships, instead of just slow behemoths. After all, we're coming in on the back foot here. We have all these major powers, yeah, like the Aurora Federation is a good example, that have massive monstrosities of battleships. And eventually, we will be able to steamroll into the same thing. We really will. We can just go to the ice giant right here, I guess. Or we can take this. Transponder's fine. Don't want to piss anybody off. But yeah, eventually we may have fast things too, but for now in this stage of the game, we can just have a lot of fun by... we can do a lot of work just with having our fleet be faster and more responsive than anybody else. So let's travel to the gate. We're going to go back up to here, and we're going to just do an... And this is where I can start thinking about building some other outpost. Like, I'm really thinking of building one at Echo. Echo is just such a good spring point for so many things. But I'm also thinking of putting a colony over here, and it's probably time for me, especially with the research station that's recently been uncovered, to take a gander at this. Now, we have pirates who are going to know who we are with our beacon on. But if we magically turn our beacon off, they probably won't shoot at us very much. Maybe. Possibly. Alright. So we can definitely check on you guys, because now we're neutral with them. Their fuel prices are better than mine. What's Lobster Fest looking like? This is a fair price. So, black market lobster. You know it. Gonna sell the empty forge template. Gonna sell the gases. And I think if I sell on the black market here to the independents, this goes to the pirates automatically. If it disappears, we know that's the case. It's worth experimenting because I can always buy it back. Yep, it's gone. So the pirates have learned those blueprints now. All right. Didn't even need to go buy Maggie's. Rip. So moving on out. Yeah, it's fine. Who's out here that'd be super dangerous? There's a Reuter gang that we can take on. Like, we could totally pop them off, but that's not where we're at. There's somebody else here. Neutral. There's a lot of business going on all of a sudden. Alright. You know, one day I'm going to have to transport all this stuff to another place. Outpost is over here. Hey! You guys are on my territory. Should be okay, though. Alright, so managing the colony. We're going to unmothball you. Put you up here with our combat ships. I'm going to store you. Almost accidentally hit the scuttle button. Alright, so let's refit you real quick. Strip. Fortunately, these things all stay here. So the erratic fuel injector kind of sucks. We can spend 86 to fix that. Decreases the zero flux boost by 10 supply per second. I think we restore this. It's expensive, but it does it does some work here. So medium universal turret. I guess one of the questions is, what kind of ship is this going to be? Now, we do have some good officers available here, and if this is going to be a universal turret, a hybrid turret, and we have, what's that? Is that 2 built-in MRMs? That's fun. Halberd beam's a fun weapon. CPEC is kind of fun. Hypervelocity driver is pretty standard. Heavy scrap shot. The one problem with the heavy scrap shot is that it has such a huge delay. But it's pretty good. Let's try the ORA weapon, though, because we haven't really done that yet. And then we have small ballistic. That's going to be... so many good small weapons to choose from here. But we do need some point defense. We're going to keep it simple with the point defense. Lots of options here for kind of a front gun. I like the idea of the overdriven thumper. We'll see. So these are missiles. Small can't talk. That seems pretty good. All right. Oh, I wonder. The reason that we're doing that is because we only have Kingdom of Terra selected. Alright, reinforced bulkheads is good. That's a ton of hull for this size ship. Integrated targeting unit's good. I may need to think about some other things that I can put on here. I like that because we got a lot of missiles. Okay, then we need some flux, some vents, and we're at 70. Nice. Who's gonna fly this thing? Has anybody got some good missiles here? Like America Titan. There's not as many missiles on this ship. So let's put you down here. And so who's flying the Direwolf? I think we need another officer. We'll put Thor in there for now. Still need to get some of our people to level up. But yeah, it's a good ship. I'll rename it at the beginning of next episode. I just got to remember what the names are. Meanwhile, I'm going to actually get rid of the integrated targeting unit here. 20% weapons range increase is okay, but we don't really need it when we're ramming people. What we do need is blast dampeners, because when we kill the things that we're ramming, we don't want them to like disable us, so that's fine. All right, seems good. Anything else we can store? Interesting that we had some fuel just sitting there. We'll store the beta core for now. This is all fine. And this is all fine. Cool. Okay. Research station. And then we need to talk about reclaiming some of the stuff up here. Alright, so once more with feeling. Twice more, 5 more. Like I said, we got some good ships. We want to have like some really fast shit that's available here. Did I actually mark in the captain's log where I got that other ship? Because I meant to. Okay. Okay. It looks like we didn't. So I can't do that right now. But we're going to have to remember Favonius. That's where I think we got this ship. Unless we picked it up somewhere else and I did write it down. Can I put these captain logs in order of... because there's so many logs. We've been playing for a long time already. Suddenly having a queryable captain's log is a pretty big deal. Alright. Someone... Y'all keep me honest in the comments. I'm pretty sure I checked before whether I could get the ship. I just don't remember if I logged it. Alright. So our gate's now down here. Dutch Harbor. We can't jump in from Dutch Harbor, but we can jump in over this way. Alright. Where's the derelict probe? Wrong direction. Okay, cool. So I don't think the pirates are going to be super interested in us today. Like I said, I just want to see what's at the research station down here. Nobody else is using these gates for some reason. Alright. So let's check the map one more time. Our research station is in Kramarakam. Surely there is something wrong here. The closest gate is going to be this one. So Galataropia. And we're going to find out real quick what dangers lie here. Because one of these, I know for a fact, had Agni all over it. Watch it be this one. We got something going on over here. So this is, by the way, if we're starting to look at places to colonize here, this has a comms relay already built in. And it's a good bonus one. I think the problem is we didn't have any good, like, colonizable planet candidates. Remember, part of the challenge here is that we only get one planet. That's it. Just the one. Vigilance class frigate. And in that pods is 10 crew. We are definitely not spending a story point for that. So the crew lives, everyone else can just kind of go. So like I said, we're going to find out real quick what the problem is here. Because there clearly was a problem at some point. We have some debris now. We have a comm relay over here. Was I just that desperate to get out that I didn't like check to see what was wrong? That's an equipment cache. It's another very large but very compact looking debris field. Oh, Elysium. Pirate blueprint. I like that ship a lot. I used it pretty well in the last series. So it's Remnants. Okay. And the Remnants with the supply cache. We're not... Ooh, that is a 14th Battlefleet Vanguard Elite Frigate. Also a good ship. We are going to not now this. And let's check the captain's log one more time. So we have not gotten a ship from here yet. Ugh, okay. Having all these logs seemed like a good idea until I had to search through them and be like, wait a minute. Alright, well. There's possibly something here that we want. Hey, look, we found the location of a debris field. So, having issues with remnants definitely would be a reason to roll around out here. I think that's actually, I think we just found their base station up here. You're patrolling subordo. You're a dormant subordo that's all orbiting this supply cache. Look at all these treasures. And look at that, it's only 3 stars over there too. So this is starting to be some stuff. You never trust a star rating with the Remnant fleet. But we're getting in the neighborhood of being able to take on some substantial people, which is fine. But not Epsilon Newton. Exploration. We have an orbital habitat for research station. At the heart of the star system. Alright. Let's go visit the heart of the star system. As once again, we have some places that we could potentially colonize and have some remnant bodyguards. I do like the appeal of that idea. It kind of puts us at odds with the rest of the sector, but I do like that idea. Alright, so we've been there, done that. And I think this place is a medium beacon because it's got some serious shit in it. So we're going to go dark. So I'm pretty sure it's a medium beacon and it's not remnants. It is remnants. Is it Agni too? It's one of the questions. So we don't have a beacon here. We do have a sensor array. And that looks like a research station and a something else station. Alright, that's an orbital orb hab. Oh my gosh, this is just a treasure trove. Hello, friends. We're going to check the research station for now. Hopefully we don't have to shoot anybody to get there. Attempt to download the data. Oh. Blueprint. Shoe bill. Beatude. It's funny because it looks like something you'd have to beat yourself with beatudes. Now, I am a huge fan of the Legio Castigator. It's just a really, really good ship. Couldn't tell you about the Great House's Dominator, other than Dominators are typically pretty reliable. Shoe bill, that looks nice. And then the Beatude, I am unfamiliar with this. But it looks like a gunship with a bunch of small guns, and that can be kind of exciting too. You know what? I'm not going to do this right now. We're going to stop the episode right here. I'm going to see what you all thought. Leave your thoughts in the comments after I don't stop myself in the corona here. There we go. This is Asher with Starsector. Almost said another game, but this is definitely Starsector. We're going to continue next time, and I think our next goal is honestly going to be to kind of look back at all of this remnant-controlled space and figure out where we want to park ourselves and make our own little home nest so that we can be good neighbors. Like I said, I did want to make sure that we went to a place with a gate. And we do have some options here, like the outtray. I think, yeah, this one has a jungle world on it that was pretty good. Well, we haven't surveyed it. It's also a barren world, but since we can only colonize one planet, we can always put mining stations and stuff like that on other stuff or outposts. But that'll do it for this one. Like I said, leave your thoughts in the comments about what to pick from the research station. We have some more treasure boxes to open from the looks of it, but our fleet's getting bigger. And we've got some pretty nasty ships in here as well. Maybe we'll get to point them at somebody next time. Thanks for watching. Take care.